Ever feel like your brain is a browser with 100 tabs open? One is playing music, another's a half-finished email, a third is a deep dive into the history of ancient pottery, and you have no idea which one is which. Meanwhile, you look around, and everyone else seems to be peacefully typing in a single, clean Word document. If you've ever felt this way, like your mind is operating on a different, more chaotic frequency, you're not alone. And it's not a bug, it's a feature. Today we're talking about the internal monologue. Specifically, the profound difference between how a person with a high IQ mind processes the world versus a person with a more typical cognitive style. And spoiler alert, it's not about being smarter. It's about running a completely different kind of mental software. Let's start with a scenario. You're at a party, someone tells a joke. The normal brain hears the joke, processes the punchline, and triggers a laugh. It's a linear, efficient event. A to B to C. The high IQ brain, well, it takes a different route. It hears the joke. Instantly, it begins deconstructing its logical structure. It identifies the setup, the misdirection, the payoff. Simultaneously, it analyzes the joke's socio-cultural context. Is it original? Is it derivative? Does it reinforce any stereotypes? While this is happening, it has already formulated 3 alternative, more optimal punchlines. By the time this high-speed, multi-threaded analysis is complete, a process that takes maybe 1.5 seconds, the group has moved on. The moment is gone. This isn't slowness, it's depth. It's the difference between seeing a tree and seeing an entire ecosystem. To understand why this happens, let's give these 2 internal monologues a name. First, we have the narrator. This is the more common type of internal monologue. Its primary job is to describe and organize immediate reality. It thinks in linear, concrete terms. I'm thirsty. I should get water. The kitchen is that way. It's a running commentary. A to B to C. The narrator is efficient. It's designed to get you through the day with minimal fuss. It's a fantastic tool for execution. Then, there's the simulator. The simulator's job isn't just to describe reality. It's to model it, to run simulations, identify patterns, and explore every possible permutation of a given situation. It doesn't think, I'm thirsty. It thinks, thirst is a neurological signal triggered by hypertonicity. What's the optimal rehydration fluid? Water. Electrolyte solution. What are the mineral contents of my tap water? What's the long-term impact of those minerals? The simulator doesn't see a straight line. It sees a network. Everything is connected to everything else. This difference is rooted in a preference for abstract thinking over concrete thinking. The narrator sees a car and thinks, that's a red car. It's a concrete observation. The simulator sees a car and thinks, this is a system of transportation. It represents personal freedom, but also contributes to urban congestion and climate change. The design reflects a specific era of aerodynamic principles. This can be a superpower. It's what allows scientists to see a falling apple and deduce the laws of gravity. It's how innovators connect disparate ideas to create something entirely new. But in everyday life, it can be a real pain. Let's look at another example. Choosing what to order at a coffee shop. The narrator's process. I feel like a latte. I'll get a latte. Decision time, 3 seconds. Outcome, coffee acquired. The simulator's process. Okay, a latte has milk. Dairy causes inflammation, but the fat content will slow caffeine absorption, preventing jitters. An Americano has no milk, but the higher acidity might affect my gut biome. I read a study on that last week. Tea has L-theanine, which synergizes with caffeine for focused calm. But what's the ethical sourcing policy of their tea supplier? And which tea has the optimal antioxidant profile? Decision time, 5 minutes. Outcome, analysis paralysis, mild existential dread, and the barista hates you. This overcomplication extends to social situations. A minor disagreement for a narrator is simple. He was rude. I'm upset. For a simulator, it's a deep dive into game theory. His rudeness could be a passive-aggressive response to my comment from 2 days ago. Let me replay that conversation. Or maybe he's projecting stress from his job. Let me analyze his recent public statements for signs of distress. What are the potential outcomes if I confront him directly versus indirectly versus not at all. The narrator has a problem. The simulator has a research project. So if you're living life with the simulator, you're probably exhausted. It's like using a supercomputer to run a calculator. Powerful, but inefficient for simple tasks. The question is, what can you do about it? You can't just switch your brain's operating system. The goal isn't to silence the simulator, it's to learn how to manage it, to become the driver, not just the passenger in your own head. Here are 5 practical strategies. Number 1, name your operating system. Simply acknowledging that your brain works differently is the first step. When you find yourself in a 10-minute loop over which brand of toothpaste to buy, don't get frustrated. Just say, the simulator is running its dental hygiene protocol again. This creates distance. It turns a frustrating personal flaw into an amusing, observable quirk of your high-performance hardware. Number 2, create mental sandboxes. The simulator needs to run. If you suppress it all day, it will burst out at 3 a.m. while you're trying to sleep. So, schedule time for it. Dedicate an hour a day to simulation time. Journaling, mind mapping, deep research, brainstorming on a whiteboard. Let your brain go wild in a controlled environment. This way, when you need to just choose a coffee, you can tell your brain, not now. We have a session scheduled for 7 p.m. Number 3, the 80-20 rule for triviality. Your brain wants the 100% optimal solution for everything. This is impossible and exhausting. For low-stakes decisions, force a choice. Is this toothpaste 80% good enough? Yes. Grab it and move on. Save your powerful analytical energy for things that actually matter, like your career, your relationships, or solving complex problems. Not for choosing socks. Number 4, translate, don't transmit. When someone asks you a simple question, they don't want your entire 50-step thought process. They want the answer. Learn to do the analysis in your head, but then translate the final conclusion into a simple, digestible format. Give them the headline, not the entire research paper. This skill, communication, is the bridge between your complex inner world and the rest of humanity. It's crucial. And finally, number 5, ground yourself. The simulator lives in the world of the abstract, the future, the hypothetical. It's easy to get lost there. You need to pull your processor back into the physical world. Engage in activities that require physical presence. Exercise, building something with your hands, cooking, even just focusing on the sensation of washing dishes. These activities force your brain to process simple, concrete, sensory data. It's like a system reboot for an overactive mind. So, let's be clear. Having a simulator brain is not a curse. It's a high-performance engine. It might be loud, it might overheat if you redline it on trivial tasks, and it might consume a lot of fuel. But it can also take you to places that a standard engine can't even imagine. It's the engine of innovation, of deep insight, and of profound creativity. The goal isn't to wish you had a simpler brain. The goal is to appreciate the power of the one you have, and simply learn how to drive it.